Good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 144 from the stars to row. Meditating on your energy, I see that someone has been watching you heal, watching you expand, watching you grow, watching you shine. And for whatever reason, the fact that you are doing those things and you're at peace and you are resting, like it is, this person's watching you, and I didn't dive too much into it, but it seems like it's causing them some kind of tower. So let's dive into this situation and let's see what else Spirit would like us to know. We have the Chariot reverse, and it's coming out on the same side of the board as where the karmic energy was in my meditative energy. So I see that this person, for whatever reason, their success, their forward movement, their progress, their sense of control over their life has come to an end. I'm guessing this is probably some form of karma or by their own doing. I am picking up on the energy of, for some of you, this is someone that had previously been quite successful, stable, abundant, and independent, responsible. Seemed like they had their life in their control. And for whatever reason, some kind of curveball's been thrown at them, and they are no longer in that status. For others of you, this is an individual that didn't have that yet, and they see you're making it out of lack, you're making it out of struggle, and they see that you are doing so well, and that is causing a tower for him. There's a few different layers with here because I'm picking up on quite a few different timelines. So let's see what else Spirit would like us to know. We have the Three of Swords. Yeah, wow, they are hurt by this. They are absolutely, like, I don't know if this is like they didn't want you to be. I heard yes, and then I saw a green flash on the floor. So wow. They didn't want you to love yourself. They didn't want you to be loved. They didn't want you to feel love. We have this King of Swords and Queen of Wands coming out again. I'm gonna go ahead and put them back just in case they'd like to re-show themselves. So I see that you are very passionate. You are very intelligent. You are very articulate is the word I heard. So you know how to hold yourself. You know how to carry yourself. You express yourself well, and you have a lot of charisma. You have a lot of spirit. You have a lot of fire, and you have apparently came from something that others thought you would never make it out of. Like they just thought you were a goner, a lost cause for whatever reason, and now people are seeing you in this energy, and it's like, hold up, who, how, what, who's this? Well, how'd that happen? So, and for whatever reason, there are others that are seeing this and they're hurt by it. So, like, I don't know if they were like betting amongst friends, like, oh yeah, she, he, whatever is gonna definitely fail. They're never gonna be blah blah blah, or maybe this is an individual, because I was picking up on some family energy before. Maybe these are individuals that never wanted you to outshine them. They loved you, quotations. They supposedly loved you, right? And wanted you to be a part of their family, but only if it made them look good. Only if it served their image, their ego. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, I do believe for a lot of you, this could be family members. Perhaps family members that might smile in your face, but behind closed doors want to see you fail, want to see you fall. Perhaps these individuals might be some of the other energies I was picking up on in previous reads, where they were actively trying to prevent you from shining, from growing, from progressing. But they see that you're the star, and not only are they hurt by the truth of your vibrant reality, but their life, and It kind of seems like I'm feeling like there's a door right here. I want to get some more confirmation over here, but it really does kind of feel like behind closed doors, they're not doing too hot. We have this Nine of Pentacles. What about this Nine of Pentacles, Spirit? Three of Pentacles. Oh. Wow. I mean, it's one thing to go... Alright, so... There's two layers here, but I'm going to read the shadow, the karmic of it first before I bring this over to the other side of the table. And I know it's a floor. Just bear with me. I call it a board. No matter where I put my cards, it's now a board. It could be a rock on the ocean. It's now my board. So, the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles for them is like, you were there, you had status, you had stability, you were financially independent and stable and abundant, you had control of your life. Maybe they lived lavishly or like to I heard the word engorge, but that wasn't the word I was trying to use. But wow, maybe it really was that excessive. Maybe they are very greedy and materialistic, like just very earthly. Like if it's not the newest, the bestest, the fastest, the sexiest, like they don't want it. So I don't know. Um, we have this Prince of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I'm gonna leave that alone right now, but it does tell me that this is tying into something else. So let me finish my point with these two cards. It's like they had that and now they're having to start over again. So I don't know if someone has lost their job. I don't know if because our economy right now is horrible, like just maybe there was a pay cut, maybe they're in a relationship and maybe their partner carried a lot of income, but now he's in between jobs or she's in between jobs. I don't know. There's some kind of like rocky shakiness. Like I feel a transition period. Like there's still the idea or the illusion that they're in the nine, but they're really in between the nine and the three with the Ten of Wands reverse and the Three of Swords. This Ten of Wands reverse, so obviously a lot of people would read Ten of Wands as like being burdened or overworked or whatever. But in the upright, while it can be those things, it's also you having the ability to carry that weight. With it being in reverse, I see that they don't have the ability to carry the weight that they are responsible for, and they are hurt by it. It's like, damn, this is like an ego check, like straight ego check for this individual. It's almost like they're being humbled by your presence, by your grace, by your elevation. Like perhaps this individual thought that they were just very much better than you and that you would never amount to anything. And maybe this went a little too far to where maybe they did some things they weren't supposed to. Maybe they spoke some words on your names, even in private. It doesn't matter. God hears all. And if he sees in your heart and sees in their heart and hears these words and hears your lack of words because you don't speak ill on anyone, eventually there's going to be a lesson learned. And it's, I like to imagine free will as a rubber band. We do all have free will. However, you can only go in the opposite direction of God's will for so long until eventually it's either going to whip your ass back or it's going to snap and whip you across the back. And that's kind of what it looks like is happening here. They're getting leveled out. They're getting kind of put in their place and they don't know how to take it. They don't know how to feel about it. So now that I've explained the karmic energy of this, a lot of the reasons, so I mentioned during like this transition period, like maybe they still got money in their account, maybe they still got another check or two coming in from their old job or whatever they got going on income wise, but they are slowly on like this downsliding scale. So maybe their savings is getting low. They know that their income is now less and the cost of their life is a little more. We are right after the holidays, so maybe they had some lavish trip recently and then maybe had some bad news when they got back, or right before, but already had all the preparations and plans and went with the trip anyways, and now they're coming back and they're really hurting. So the other energy behind this is you are working your butt off on something that is bringing you financial stability. If you're not already in the Nine of Pentacles, you are very much doing the work it takes to get there, and that scares the shit out of them. So let's see what else Spirit would like us to know about this situation. We have the Eight of Swords. They did not see that you were capable. They did not see that you had this spirit. So this Princess of Wands is coming out again, and then I cut the deck to the Nine of Swords. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that and place this over here because I know that's their energy. They are stressed because they never saw your potential. They never saw your light. And if they did, they sure as hell didn't want you to see it. And they damn sure didn't want others to realize it. And they almost convinced, they talked so much shit for a lot of you that they convinced themselves that you didn't have it in the first place. But now they're remembering that they've seen it, and their attempts to suppress it and like feel their superiority over you is failing. And so they didn't understand how bright and brilliant you are. They didn't understand how resilient you are, how you are able to pour back in yourself. I'm really picking up like perhaps you have recently gone through something, like I said earlier, very difficult, and they didn't think you, or maybe you have been maybe your whole damn life has been nothing but difficult. One right after the other. You finally level yourself out, and maybe within 6 months there's another life-changing cataclysm. If that's your story, they don't know how in the you are still standing and you're happy. You are happy, passionate, smart. You got strong boundaries. You have wisdom. You have like an armor around you. You carry a presence to you. It's intimidating to them. It intimidates them. And they see that you are still climbing. They don't like where you're currently at. They'd much rather you go back to maybe your old ways, or maybe just to some place you were never meant to be in the first place. But that's where they wanted you. And you're not there. So with this Princess of Wands, I see that you have like this, it can come across a little immature, but I don't think that's really the case. It's childlike, this childlike passion. It's like with this Three of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles, you are passionately driven towards your goal and success. Like, a lot of people bitch and moan about having to do the work in life, and like I get it. We all have those days, but you know those people, the people that always are like that every day. Like at some point, you gotta like have some kind of goal or dream, or you gotta put something for yourself. You can't just lay back and just accept. Like, sloth is a sin for a reason. Okay, let's just leave it at that. So you are happy. Like, I feel like this individual, especially with this Chariot and Ten of Wands reverse, whoever these individuals are, I see it's going to apply to you guys in a lot of different ways. So I'm just going to leave it open. With the Chariot and Ten of Wands, I feel like maybe these individuals got jobs solely for the status, the power, and the money. Like, maybe they worked their ass off for years and years and years, worked up the ranks, maybe went back to college to get another degree so they can move past the ranks, and they're very proud of that, and you should be. That's a good accomplishment, but you shouldn't be an asshole or a condescending piece of crap because of it. Like, whatever. There's room for everyone, people. There really are. I promise. If you could just deflate your big ass head a little bit and maybe let out some of that hot air, there'd be room for the rest of us to breathe, and we could realize there's no lack. We can all be abundant and happy. This individual doesn't think like that. So what I was trying to say is that it's like they have the material, or had, from what I'm really seeing. So they had the success, the job, maybe the 6 figures, the house, blah, blah, blah. But you still had something they didn't. And they didn't understand it, and they didn't like it, and it pissed them off because they were like, why should you have that? I worked so hard for all of this. But yeah, sure, you might have a fancy job title that sounds impressive to your friends. It might make you good money. You might have had to work your ass off to get there. But are you happy? Are you happy though? That's the real, like, are you happy? Or are you trying to perform for others because you've never been happy? I think I might have just hit something there. And, you know, I'm not going to beat this person up too much because not too much has come out for me to feel like they deserve a complete beatdown. And it kind of looks like they're already getting one. So I'm going to move forward to your energy. The reason why I was bringing that up is they might have a good job or whatever, but they're not happy with it. And maybe they're like, ugh, work sucks. But they see you emotionally fulfilled. They see your cup always seems full. Like, even though they have so much more than you, and you are seemingly maybe struggling or seemingly like just at a different status or class than them, you got spirit. You have heart, you have drive, you still I don't know what your age is, but you got youth energy. Your age is just a number. You still feel and come across youthful, childlike, exuberant, vibrant, like you have charisma, you have passion, you know what you're after. You're doing the work to get, and it's working. It's showing. It is showing, and you're healing. With this King of Cups, you don't become the King of Cups until you have worked through all the emotions. A true King of Cups and divine energy. You don't get on that kind of status until you've done a lot of healing. You've done a lot of inner work. And I see this person has spent a lot of their life trying to, oh gosh, this is like mommy daddy issues, but never realized. Holy shit, I'm so sorry, but I'm not trying to offend anyone, but this is literally like the energy of a child who never felt loved, never felt appreciated, never felt like they got like they never felt like their parent was proud of them. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't mean to say all the other stuff. Maybe that's my childhood coming in, but this person never felt someone like say, I'm proud of you, or I'm happy for you, or good job. So it's like they have suppressed that inner childhood wound, never looked at it, and then developed the rest of their life trying to achieve the pinnacle of material surface level status and accumulation or wealth or power or whatever. And whoever that they didn't receive that from in their childhood is no longer around, and if they are, they're not hearing that from them still, and they don't feel it, so they like surround themselves by illusions. They surround themselves with ego. They surround themselves with freaking flaky, fake, shallow friends, from what I'm picking up on this. Because if you can really be friend with fake, you're fake. That's how I see it. I mean, you're not going to be real and be around someone that's fake unless you're fooled. And in that case, you're just learning. Yeah, it's that's why this person got, it's kind of like, all right, so maybe this person had so much negative self-talk, like, not self-talk, let me rephrase that. They had so much internal dialogue where they were trying to convince themselves that they're above you and that they are better and they have more than you and all this stuff, because what they're really doing is avoiding this deep fucking gaping hole inside of them that they've never looked at since they were a small child, and now they're a grown freaking, like, I don't know, 50, 60-year-old, damn near about to retired man-child, and they still ain't figured it out. And you could be several generations younger than this individual, and you have done the work. You understood what life was to you, and then it wasn't what this individual thinks life is. So that's why this person has such a problem with you succeeding, with you being happy, with you being successful. It's an ego problem. It's literally, it's kind of like I'd mentioned in previous readings where it's like this individual has an existential crisis, because it's like if you exist, then they can't exist. And, well, that's what they're having an issue with. Instead of facing themselves, they would rather attack you because it's easier. It's easier for them to be low vibrational and attack someone else because their reality, their truth threatens their ego. That's really what this is over. Fucking pride. I'm so sick and tired of pride being the main theme of these karmic readings, but it is what it is. So I'm just going to give the message out for you guys. We have the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and we have the Eight of Wands, and that is bringing me back to the Prince of Swords I saw earlier. So I'm actually going to tie back to this other layer that I'm feeling in this, and that is that part of the reason why this person is losing grips of their reality, they are losing control of their life, they are stressed out, anxious, restless nights, their spirits at rest. This very well could be connected to that energy I read where this individual was like constantly using busy work and stress cleaning or stress working to avoid the issue that's looming over their head, and that's their reality drastically shifting for the worse because of what they have done to you. And I see that this person still hasn't quite learned that lesson, but part of the reason why they are losing control of their reality is because there is some kind of information that has come in, and so there's two levels here. There's information that's coming into you, but I don't think that's quite yet. For some of you, this has happened yet. But for a lot of you, this hasn't quite happened yet. What has happened is that this individual has received some information. This information freaked them the fuck out. They immediately were in despair and lost. Like, it's like, jeez, I don't know if you've ever gotten really bad news and it just feels like someone just sucker punched you in the gut. Like you're just insides hit the floor. You are head hung over. That's how this person felt when this information came to him. And so the reason why I think for a lot of you, you have not received this information yet is because for whatever reason, I'm really getting that this for a lot of you might be court related. This individual may have received some kind of legal documents or information. They may have been served. They may have found out that they were being indicted or charged on even more crimes than they already knew about. The reason it's not come to you yet is because there's some opportunities for this individual to learn a lesson or accumulate more karma before this all gets yanked up and all loose ends are done. Because, I mean, we all know how God rolls. When it's really time, it is time. So, this individual has a few last fleeting moments of opportunity to either A, learn some lessons and maybe improve his karma a little bit, or accumulate more. So we'll see what happens as this next couple weeks or so unfolds. I will try to keep you guys tapped in and connected to that. So after that unfolds, I'm really picking up on the energy of some kind of legal executive action is going to take place, and right after that takes place, that's when you receive information and it's official. Whatever is bringing it to you is an official person. So this very well could be like, let's say for some of you guys, there's some kind of case going on about people that did you wrong, and they've been attacking you this whole time. You've been focused on yourself, you've been healing, you've been growing, you've been doing the work, you're trying to improve your success, your stability, and this person has been trying to attack you. And we have, if you've been following with me, we've kind of understood a little bit of a timeline as we're getting to here. And let's say that all this time the feds were building a case on him. Well, this would be, for example, for some of you, not all of you, like the feds coming in, arresting their ass, and right after they get arrested, read their rights, they get taken, they're booked, they're charged, now they're awaiting trial. You and then are approached, and then they present like, hey, you know, this is what we know. You are the victim of such and blah, blah, blah. I want you to know we have arrested the people that are responsible. And that very well could be why I was getting a lot of celebration energy as well. So we have this Ace of Swords and we have this Eight of Wands. I could pull on this more, but honestly, I think I just kind of channeled all the energy without using the cards. Um, so what else would you like the collective to know, Spirit? We have the Hermit. So I had mentioned that you shining, you healing, you being happy, you having charisma, you like this person tried to break your fucking spirit and they couldn't. If anything, they just made you eat that much more lit the fuck up to just do what you got to do. Like I don't know, it's like it was just a big backfire. Like it's really like you're kind of giving me collective alchemy energy. Like you took the shade and you turned that shit into jet fuel and went on your path. And it's appearing to me you're on the right path. You're doing exactly what you need to be doing. There's some shit going on behind the scenes. Don't even worry about it. Just let it go. Let God take care of it. Just know it's being taken care of, and that's what I'm here to do for you, is to give you the other side so that you can rest at peace, rest in faith, and know you are covered. You are covered by the divine. You are covered by God. I promise, if your intentions are good and pure, you will always be covered by the divine. So moving forward, you keeping to yourself and minding your own damn business, but also knowing what's up. Person can't stand it. Oh, they can't stand it. It's like, because they can't trip you up. This person may have tried in the past a lot of different things to trip you up, to set you up, to like catch you slipping, like some real ignorant shit. So, what I mean by this is like, because you mind your own business, you keep to yourself, you focus on what you are pursuing, the path you are pursuing, and what God has in store for you, what you have in your heart, in your spirit, that's right for you. Because you focus on that and you just kind of turn your back to all this shit, you're aware of it, but you're not going to give it your energy, you're not going to pay any mind, you're just going to be aware and pray and remain in faith. Let go, let God. That's it. It's really that simple. It's that easy. And you're doing that. So this person has no way to get you to fuck up. They have no way to make you, with evidence, look like they're the victim and you're somehow the protagonist. How? How the fuck are you, sir, ma'am, with all this BS energy, a victim of an individual who minds their own damn business and is just working hard for themselves to get to their Nine of Pentacles? Like, it's really, they're slowly losing rapport with their inner circles. They really are. It's kind of sad. Like, it's like I'm just imagining some big hot shot dude who just has a whole. I'm kind of seeing SpongeBob in my head right now, so you're gonna have to bear with me. But like, imagine one little meat fish in the middle, and then we got all the like thousands of other meat fishes circled around it, and they all love him. And then slowly but surely, that little crowd of fish around that one in the middle just slowly peel out and pull away. And they got some shit to say, because if you watch SpongeBob, those background characters were ruthless. All right, so moving forward from that little fun dreamscape of words, what else would you like the collective to know about this, Spirit? We have Judgment. So I had mentioned earlier that it really kind of seemed like, because I felt like a door here, and it really felt like this was due. This felt just in some way. Like, it just kind of felt like this had universe's hand on it. The fact that you are on the up and up and they are not doing so hot, as you remember from earlier in the video. So that was Judgment. If someone is all right, so if your heart isn't lighter than a feather, humor me for a second. If your heart isn't lighter than a feather, and you are projecting and doing and slandering, or even just thinking, you don't even have to do anything. If you are sitting there in your own head, hating on someone, talking them down, putting them down, thinking ill of them, to convince yourself that you are better, that does not work. You can, a heavy, rock, dense, cold, decrepit maggot heart cannot dare allow their brain to have some power over a light-hearted individual's brain. So at some point, God's got to step in because we are all co-creating our reality. So this is why it's important when people say keep your dreams to yourself. This is why. Because someone will be back in their own mind and you would not know anything of it. It's just in their head. They don't even have to say anything. For all you know, they're the chillest person in the world. But they are just thinking negatively over your life, thinking negatively over you. I'm not saying this to make you like paranoid or anything. I'm using this as an example. That affects your reality. Because unfortunately, while we are all the sliver of God's source consciousness, and we are the creators of our own reality, and we are all the same person, you're not the only person in the world. We're all doing it at the same time, and it interacts, and that's what makes things so interesting. That's how the pattern that we create with our light fractals into infinity with so many different expressions. This God stepped in. It's that simple. I don't want to explain too much about like quantum physics and consciousness, but like just God had to step in. Enough was enough. He was tired of hearing it. God was tired of hearing this person's thoughts, tired of seeing their actions, tired of hearing their words. It was like, all right, you really think that about my chosen one? You really think that about my beloved child? When I know all this shit about you that you don't want to admit or look at? Okay, watch this. And that's what happened. Goodness. Oh wow. Yeah, you're definitely going to be having reason to celebrate. I'd mentioned some information coming out. We have the Hierophant and the Five of Swords. This person's received some kind of information. They're losing grips and control of their life, and they know it, and they are at an extreme conflict. It's almost like this person has an issue with God now. The way I'm really seeing this Five of Swords underneath this Hierophant, and the way this person is just sitting here like all smug and hateful and like ungrateful and like just looking up like why? Like why them? Why not me? Like you're an ungrateful little brat. I can't stand people like this. And here we are. Here we are. This is what I wanted for you guys, and it's coming out for you. So we have Judgment, Seven of Wands. We have you over here in Star in full energy. You are working up on something to maintain your Nine of Pentacles, or you're working on something to get you there. I love it for you. You have charisma, you have spirit, you are healed, you are balanced, you are very tapped in, you are intuitive, you keep to yourself, you mind your own business, you know what you know, and you keep it to yourself because you don't feel the need to reveal all that you know, nor do you feel the need to entertain all this shit. God has stepped in. They've received some kind of legal information that's freaking them the fuck out, and their like actual living circumstances are changing as we speak. They are at a conflict with you being in this energy. You're not paying them any mind. They can go ahead. Remember that one reading I said they can F around and find out, because clearly you are not the one to be messed with. While you sit here, you focus on yourself, you are healing, you are the star, you are God's little star. That's why you are getting this divine protection. That's why you are divinely sanctioned. That's why you are about to embark on a whole new chapter and journey of your life. And I think this is part of what you're working on. So good job. You guys are 100% in tune, in alignment with what the divine wants for you. You are doing everything the right way. Let these people freak out. I'll keep giving you a little bit of a spill on them as we go. And keep doing what you're doing, because you guys are showing up in really good energy, and I'm happy to see it. I'm going to leave this here. If you like the way that I read, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for all of your likes, your shares, your comments, and subscribes. And I will see you guys next time.